Thank you, and thanks for including us. There have been a lot of important topics touched on this evening, but I dare say that the most important topic, at least for me, is our students' education and our students' well-being. My name is Terry Bell. I've been a resident of Wyerton for 25 years. I'm married. I've been married to my beautiful wife, Valerie, for 42 years, and that, I guess, being married to the same woman for 42 years is probably a record. But I have 2 children and 3 grandchildren. Both my kids were brought up in the Blue Water system. The issues facing the board today basically are trying to do more with less. The Ministry of Education does not give us more money, but rather is involved in a policy where they want efficiency. They want the boards to make sure that their fiscal responsibilities are maintained. With that in mind, some of the issues that you've spoken to me about very clearly and we've tried to address. Number 1, accommodation reviews, a process where the ministry tries to identify schools that because of enrollment are not functioning or because of geographic location they feel are not contributing to education the way they should be. The most recent one that I was involved in pitted really 2 communities against each other, Sauble Beach and Hepworth. Both schools were under an accommodation review last year, and we worked very hard to try and resolve that issue. And my track record for that, I think, is very good. I support rural schools. We have a provincial government that has an urban mentality and not a rural mentality, that's for sure. So it's been a constant battle. Some of the things that are important to our kids, other than the accommodation review, is help is needed for students with special needs. Students who have behavioral issues, students who have cognitive issues. Other areas of concern for me, at least, that you've mentioned to me is English as a second language for students who have arrived here and are unable to speak English, but that is something that the board is trying to address. French immersion students and trying to support them as best we can. Programs that are going to bring back the tech program, or initiatives that will bring back the tech program, because there are students who are just not in an academic stream. Other areas of concern are program for our high school students. All of it is related to enrollment and enrollment issues, something that the government is taking a look at, and they have a very strict program about that. Thank you very much.
It's become aware, just to talking to a few people in here, you'll be asked to vote for one public school trustee position, but it represents both the North and South Bruce Peninsula. So one person represents both areas. I'm Jane Thompson. I'm running for the trustee, and I have been involved with the School Community Council up in Lions Head for the past 15 years. I decided to run for this position because I was worried that our schools, it seems too simplistic to look at closing them because of small numbers, and I wanted to make sure that voice was being heard. My husband Dave and I moved to Lions Head 22 years ago, and we have 2 daughters. There is a report that was released by the board back in May that recommends closing 2 of the 3 schools on the peninsula, so it's obviously of interest to me. It may sound very simple to close the school and move the kids down, the high school kids down to Peninsula Shores and Wyerton, but given our geography of the peninsula, for some of those students it would be over 90-minute ride on a bus, so like putting them on a bus here and sending them to Mount Forest and back each day. Studies have shown, many studies have shown that kids perform poorly academically, they're not engaged in extracurricular, and the survival of small communities suffers without their schools. It's a problem that's well beyond this board. It's across the province and Canada. I've been working with a group of people, a committee called PACE, Peninsula Action Committee for Education. We've been looking at a study that would start to try and find ways to solve this problem for research, viability, community sustainability, and policies that meet the needs of the communities and the board. It wouldn't look at just specifically the peninsula, it would be something for the issue of declining enrollment. The ARCs are pit communities against each other, and their solutions are very, very narrow. My husband Dave is a physician. We could have located to any number of communities in this province. We are very proud to call this area home. Our girls have and continue to receive excellent education at Bruce Peninsula District School from very dedicated teachers. The solutions are not simple, but I feel very strongly that our children, parents, and communities need to be represented. Every possible solution must be explored before our schools are closed. I would very much appreciate your vote as I work to advocate on behalf of our children and communities to support work to find alternative solutions. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ms. Thompson. Thank you.